Let's be honest. You walked across that graduation stage, diploma in hand, ready to take on the world. You learned about calculus, the history of ancient civilizations, and maybe even how to dissect a frog. But did anyone ever sit you down and give you a real, practical guide to managing your money? For most of us, the answer is a resounding no. So if you're a recent grad staring at your first paycheck and wondering, okay, now what? You need to stop guessing with money. The trial and error method is way too expensive when it comes to your financial future. If you're already in the thick of it, juggling bills, rent, student loans, and trying to have some semblance of a social life, you know the stress. It feels like you're constantly playing defense. If that's you, you need straight, usable rules. Not complicated theories, but simple, actionable steps that bring order to the chaos. And if you want real freedom, the freedom to quit a job you hate, to travel, to start a business, or to simply sleep at night without a knot of financial anxiety in your stomach, then you need to learn the truths school ignored. School left a massive gap in our education, a gap between academic knowledge and real-world financial literacy. And that gap is where stress, debt, and missed opportunities thrive. Today we're going to fill that gap. Here are 10 financial truths it never taught you, explained in a way that's quick, real, and actually useful. Number 1. The problem? Debt feels inevitable. From the moment you think about college, you hear about student loans. Then comes the car loan, the pressure to get a credit card. It feels like a mandatory part of being an adult, a heavy weight you're just supposed to accept. But the truth is, not all debt is created equal. This is critical. There's a huge difference between bad debt and good debt. Bad debt is typically high-interest debt used for things that lose value, like credit card debt for a shopping spree. It actively drains your wealth. Good debt is an investment in your future, like a sensible mortgage for a home or a student loan that unlocks higher earning potential. The key differentiator, the interest rate. So here's the tip. Prioritize high-interest debt first. This is called the debt avalanche method. List all your debts by interest rate, from highest to lowest. Pay the minimum on everything, but throw every extra dollar you have at the debt with the highest interest rate. It's mathematically the fastest and cheapest way to get out of debt. Once that's gone, you roll that entire payment onto the next highest rate debt. Also keep an eye on interest rates. If rates drop significantly, look into refinancing your student loans or mortgage to a lower rate. It can save you thousands. Number 2. The problem? Credit scores are mysterious. It's a 3-digit number that holds immense power over your life, affecting your ability to get a loan, an apartment, even a job. Yet no one ever explains how it actually works. It feels like a secret grade you get from a teacher you've never met. The truth is, it's just a formula. It's not magic. It's based on 5 main factors. Number 1, and most important, is payment history, making up 35% of your score. Do you pay your bills on time? Second is amounts owed, or credit utilization, at 30%. This is how much of your available credit you're using. Third is length of credit history at 15%. A longer history is better. Fourth is credit mix at 10%. Lenders like to see you can handle different types of credit, like a credit card and an installment loan. And finally, new credit at 10%. Applying for a lot of credit in a short time can be a red flag. The tip is simple. Focus on the 2 biggest pieces. First, pay every single bill on time, every time. Set up autopay for at least the minimum payment so you're never late. Second, keep your credit utilization low. A great rule of thumb is to keep your balance on each credit card under 30% of its limit. So if you have a $1,000 limit, try to never have a balance over $300 report on your statement. Master these 2 things, and you've mastered the credit score game. Number 3. The problem? Saving is vague. We're told to save for a rainy day, but what does that even mean? How much, where do you put it? Without a clear target, saving feels like pouring water into a bucket with no bottom. It's easy to get discouraged and just not do it. The truth. An emergency fund beats panic. This is your first and most important savings goal. An emergency fund isn't an investment, it's insurance. It's a cash buffer that turns a potential life-derailing crisis, like a job loss, a sudden medical bill, or an urgent car repair, into a manageable inconvenience. It's the foundation upon which all your other financial goals are built. Here's the tip. Aim for 3 to 6 months worth of essential living expenses. Calculate what you need to cover your absolute must-haves: housing, utilities, food, transportation, and insurance. Multiply that by 3 to 6. If your job is very stable, 3 months might be fine. If you're a freelancer or in a volatile industry, aim for 6 or more. And where do you keep this money? Not in your checking account where you might spend it. Put it in a separate high-yield savings account. It'll be safe, accessible, and earning a little interest while it waits. Number 4. The problem. Investing seems risky and complicated. We see movies about Wall Street and hear news about market crashes. It feels like a casino for rich people, a place where you can lose all your money in an instant. The sheer number of options is paralyzing. The truth. Time the market beats the market. For the average person, trying to predict the market's ups and downs is a losing game. The real secret to building wealth through investing isn't being a genius stock picker, it's consistency. The power comes from letting your money grow and compound over long periods. The sooner you start, the more powerful that compounding becomes. The tip: start small and simple. You don't need a lot of money. Open a retirement account and start by investing in a low-cost index fund, like one that tracks the S&P 500. This gives you a tiny piece of 500 of the largest companies in the US, instantly diversifying your investment. Then, automate it. Set up a regular automatic contribution, even if it's just $50 a month. This strategy is called dollar-cost averaging. It forces you to buy consistently whether the market is up or down, smoothing out your returns over time. Remember, compound interest is your best friend. Let it do the heavy lifting for you. Number 5. The problem. Budgets feel restrictive. The word budget itself sounds like a punishment. It brings to mind spreadsheets, deprivation, and saying no to everything fun. It feels like a financial straitjacket, and our natural impulse is to resist it. The truth. A budget isn't about restriction, it's about permission. Good rules create freedom. A budget is simply a plan for your money. It's you telling your money where to go, instead of wondering where it went. It gives you permission to spend guilt-free on the things you've planned for, whether that's your rent, your savings goal, or a night out with friends. It removes the anxiety from spending. The tip: start with a simple framework like the 50-30-20 rule. Allocate 50% of your after-tax income to needs, housing, food, etc., 30% to wants, hobbies, dining out, and 20% to savings and debt repayment. This is just a starting point. Track your spending for a month and see how it lines up. Then tweak the percentages to fit your life and your goals. Also, create sinking funds, small savings buckets for specific future expenses like a vacation or a new laptop. This prevents big purchases from wrecking your monthly budget. Number 6. The problem? Employer benefits are confusing. On your first day at a new job, you're handed a thick packet of information filled with jargon. 401k, HSA, FSA, ESPP. It's an alphabet soup of financial terms. It's so overwhelming that many people just ignore it, leaving a huge amount of value on the table. The truth? Free money exists, and your employer is offering it to you. This is not a drill. The most common form is a 401k match. If your employer offers to match your contributions up to, say, 5% of your salary, that is a 100% return on your investment instantly. There is no other investment in the world that can guarantee that. The tip: your first investment priority should always be to contribute enough to your 401k to get the full employer match. Don't invest a single dollar elsewhere until you've done this. After that, look into other tax advantage benefits like a health savings account, HSA, or flexible spending account, FSA, which let you pay for medical expenses with pre-tax money, saving you a significant amount. Understand each benefit because they are a core part of your total compensation. Number 7. The problem. Taxes are ignored until April. For most people, taxes are an annual event filled with panic and confusion. You scramble to find documents, plug numbers into software, and then either celebrate a refund or curse a surprise bill. Then you forget about it for another 11 months. The truth. Tax planning is a year-round activity that saves you real cash. A tax refund feels like a bonus, but it's not. It means you overpaid the government all year and gave them an interest-free loan. A big tax bill is even worse. Smart tax planning isn't about evasion, it's about legally and strategically minimizing the amount you owe by using the rules to your advantage. The tip: first, use tax-advantaged accounts. Contributions to a traditional 401k or IRA can lower your taxable income for the year. Second, do a mid-year paycheck checkup using the IRS's online withholding calculator to make sure the right amount is being taken from your pay. Finally, track potential deductions year-round. If you freelance, keep records of business expenses. If you donate to charity, save the receipts. A little organization throughout the year can save you hundreds or thousands in April. Number 8. The problem. Lifestyle creep sneaks up on you. You get a raise or a new better-paying job, you feel richer so you start spending more. A nicer apartment, a more expensive car, more frequent dinners out. Before you know it, you're living paycheck to paycheck again, just at a higher income level. The truth. Your spending will naturally rise to meet your income unless you consciously control it. This is one of the biggest obstacles to building wealth. The key isn't to never upgrade your life, but to make sure your savings rate grows faster than your lifestyle. The gap between what you earn and what you spend is where wealth is built. The tip. The moment you get a raise, automate a portion of that new income directly into your savings or investments. A great rule is to save at least half of every raise. For example, if you get a $400 monthly raise, immediately increase your automatic 401k or savings transfer by $200. This way, you never even get used to having the full amount in your checking account. You still get to enjoy some of your raise, but you're also supercharging your wealth building without feeling any pain. Number 9. The problem. The "I'll learn about it later" mindset is common. Personal finance feels like a huge, intimidating subject. We think we need to read a dozen books and become an expert before we can start investing or making a budget. This paralysis by analysis leads to the most costly mistake of all: doing nothing. The truth. Small, consistent habits compound into wealth. You don't need to be a financial wizard, you just need to build a few good habits. The person who automatically invests $100 every month will be far wealthier than the genius who is still waiting for the perfect time to invest a large lump sum. It's about progress, not perfection. The tip. Automate everything you can. Automation is the cure for procrastination. Automate your savings contributions, automate your 401k investments, automate your bill payments. This puts your financial plan on autopilot, ensuring the important things happen without you needing to use willpower. Then, schedule a 30-minute money date with yourself once a month. Just review your accounts, check your progress, and make one small improvement. That's it. Small, consistent actions are unstoppable. And finally, number 10. The problem? Financial advice can be biased. Everyone has an opinion on your money. Your coworker is day trading crypto, your bank is pushing a high-fee mutual fund, and influencers online are hyping the next guaranteed stock. It's hard to know who to trust. The truth. Not all advice fits you, and not all advisors have your best interests at heart. Personal finance is personal. The right strategy for a 22-year-old saving for retirement is completely different from that of a 55-year-old. Furthermore, many advisors are actually salespeople who earn commissions by selling you specific products, which may not be the best or cheapest option for you. The tip. First, learn the basics yourself. That's what you're doing right now. The more you know, the better you can filter advice. Second, always question the motive. Ask, how do you get paid? If someone is getting a commission, be skeptical. And third, if you do need professional help, look for a fee-only fiduciary. A fiduciary is legally obligated to act in your best interest. They sell advice, not products. You don't need another degree to master your money. You just need the right rules. These 10 truths are your foundation. They are the lessons school should have taught you.